When people talk about the cloud market and buy stuff in the cloud market, they have to have a uniform language.
The cloud can mean anything to anybody. So what we want is clarity of definition to say what a precise service is and what you expect to receive from that.
Transparency, what does it mean when everybody talks about all their different products and services?
The catalog. What is the thing that I'm going to buy? What are its characteristics? How does it behave technically, operationally, commercially, etc.?
So the service catalog sets out the broad level of services and description of services that we want to see the industry provide from the cloud environment.
The idea is to get more standardized service catalogs so that there's less variation amongst all the service providers. So if a CIO is buying an apples and apples and apple when they're making a buying decision.
We would like to define what we get from the service provider, what we can expect from them.
And if you can calibrate what all the different service providers today call their services, get that into a calibrated service catalog, it makes it so much easier to be a buyer.
Standard unit of measure is all about giving us a metric by which we can compare different service providers.
A unit in that marketplace that everybody understands and can describe.
I can't compare different service providers if I'm not measuring them in the same units.
去沟通，去讨论，乐意看到这样的一个结果，因为有这样的一个体系后的话，他们也会很容易理解你用户需要什么东西。
It's harder and harder for the CIO to be able to manage a data center and meet all these PUE standards, carbon footprint standards.
We are a carbon neutral company. We've got to be able to have units of measure that allow us to track the carbon emissions.
Carbon footprint is fundamentally around the data center, so it'll measure things like what type of power, how much reusable power is there.
Giving us a metric so that we can determine how much carbon has been used for a given service.
If you can't measure it, you can't manage it.
The whole cloud architecture itself is built on a lot of transparency. The funny thing is that a lot of CIOs get more transparency when they've moved their applications to a cloud technology than what they had before.